Hey guys, welcome back to Isyour6covered, and we are live. The calm before the storm, the big Florence hurricane. Everything's looking good here, nice and sunny, no rain, but who knows what's going to happen soon enough. But the big question, breaking in a new barrel. I swear if you talk to 10 people, you'll probably get at least 9 answers on what is the correct way to break in a barrel. And you're not going to hear what the correct way is on this channel right now, because I don't think there is a perfect way. I think there's many different ways of getting the task accomplished. And after doing a lot of talking and a video yesterday, there was a guy that had commented on that quick live chat at the 1,000-yard range. We had 2 new rifles that were already zeroed in. They had already been shot. They had been cleaned before we went to the 1,000 yards. But he made a comment on what his procedures were for breaking in a new barrel. And I didn't say it was right. I didn't say it was wrong, because I don't really think there is a correct way to do it. I think we're all basically doing the same thing. You buy a brand new barrel, and that's machined. There's little tiny microscopic imperfections in the barrel that basically we're trying to knock out of there, trying to smoothen. We're trying to get, some people call it feathering. But I'm going to kind of go through what you're going to see on the internet when it comes to different ideas. Now, this individual, and I can't remember what his name was. I guess if I wasn't lazy, I could go back and look. But his process was, let me see if I can remember how this worked. Well, we'll get into it. Basically, you got a brand new barrel. Some people will say to shoot a certain amount, whether it's 1 and clean it, 3 and clean it. Everything's in kind of groups, right? So as your barrel gets broken in, say you're saying you shoot 1, you clean it. You shoot 3, you clean it for 9. So you do that 3 times. And then after that, you go to 5, you clean it. Basically, you want to, whatever your systematic order is. Some people like to go to 50 shots fired. Some people like to go to 100. And it's, I think everybody thinks their way of doing it is the best. And let me get over here so I can read your guys' comments. A few of you guys have shown up already. But I don't know if there is a way that's going to be any different. If you were to take 2 brand new guns, do one a different routine as the second one, and basically we're doing that to try to, accurize our gun, right? We're trying to get all those imperfections out of the barrel, and they're microscopic. You probably can't see them unless you're, using a microscope. You probably will notice it. Obviously, a gun will shoot a little bit tighter as it's working the bugs out, basically knocking those microscopic fragments out. Let me go up here real quick and see what you guys are saying. And then I'll jump over. I'm going to basically see what some of the manufacturers out there doing. A lot of people will say, well, do whatever the manufacturer is saying. And then you have a lot of, hardcore older guys. We got Regulator 308 in there. How you doing, buddy? The military showed me this, and this is how I'll do it from here on out, which is fine. I think as long as you season the barrel, at the end of the day, by the time everybody gets to 100 rounds, you're probably looking at the same barrel. Then you got on that comment from that individual that I was talking about earlier, he said he basically likes lead. He basically doesn't run any harsh cleaners. That was the words I believe he used, harsh cleaners, and he likes basically there to be lead in there. Then you talk to different shooters or competitive shooters, and they don't want any lead in there, no lead fouling at all. But it's like, all right. But now we're on 2 sides of the spectrum. We're way over here. We like it to have lead fouling in it a little bit. Your bullet's used to it or whatever the case is. And then you talk to these guys on this side of the fence, and they're saying we don't want any lead. We don't want any lead because we're losing accuracy. I know after a while, if you have a barrel that's starting to, get a lot of lead deposit, you are going to lose accuracy and can bring it back by basically getting rid of that lead, cleaning the barrel back to, I don't know if you call it new, but back to where there's no, I'm trying to think of the words that he used. It's like, not osmosis, but something like that. So it's kind of like you got this guy way over here, you got this guy saying way over here, and then at the end of the day, it's like, okay, you guys are probably both right, but which one's better? Well, I don't know if we can ever figure out which one's better, but what we can do is we can talk about some of the ways you'll see on the internet of breaking it down. Now, the first one I'm going to is the rifle shooter. I'm going to screen share here real quick. And there's quite a few of you guys watching, so thanks for watching. Comments below so I can see. As soon as I switch this over there, we're not going to be able to. But I will definitely say hi when I get back. All right, so we'll go to here. And right here, I was looking at this one. Got the farm chat blowing up on my phone here. Basically, the number of rounds, let me start. Yeah, this place here, I'll go up to the top so you guys can see what it is. This is the rifle shooter. I guess it's basically a magazine, but this is the online version of breaking in a barrel. You can see that right there. And then it talks about nearly all rifle shooters are already generally familiar with the basic barrel breaking concept. See how they say that is because right or wrong. Now, we never want to do wrong, but I think everybody's thoughts are basically at the end of the day end up being the same thing. So theirs is basically, where does it start at? Right here. While they differ in specifics, most involve a process that begins by firing a series of single shots from the box rifle. Each shot followed by a thorough cleaning. So each shot, so basically shoot a shot, clean it, shoot a shot, clean it. Then a series of 3-shot groups and then clean it. And then a series of 5-shot groups and clean it. The number of rounds recommended runs, actually, like I said, 50, and they're saying to 200. So depending on who you talk to, how long ago you talked to somebody about the topic. You may have learned from your great grandpa back in the day, and he may have said 200 rounds. A lot of the barrels now and the machining out there, you have those, imperfections, but the imperfections, because of the tooling, is a little bit nicer than it was, say, 80 years ago. So, 50 rounds may be fine. 100 rounds may be optimum. It's all going to depend on basically how you learned it. So what I'll do here is I'll jump back, and I basically searched how to break in a barrel. And there's some YouTube videos on it and stuff like that. Obviously, I don't want to jump on those. This one I thought was kind of cool. It says shooting miss and absolute necessities. Now we'll look at this together. Sounds like for a 223. Killing some bandwidth here going to this. But let's see what they have to say. Hopefully this thing loads up. So you got rifle barrel break-in. See, now this guy's saying you're simply trying to prevent copper fouling, where the guy that I talked about earlier, he was basically saying that you want some coppering in there. I didn't disagree with him, but I felt like that wasn't the right answer. That's gonna, in my mind, mess up accuracy. So to each his own. I mean, if I'm gonna compete against the guy and he's not shooting a tighter group than me, then that's basically good, right? So here's some advice they have. When breaking in a rifle, you'll simply you're simply trying to prevent copper felling from those early rounds from sticking on the barrel's new rifling as it is smoothed by the bullets. You get something that's been newly machined and you start punching copper through it, you're going to knock down grooves and bend over burrs, and it can change the rifling. If you drive a bullet through the rifling and you don't clean the copper off, it could cause dents and grooves where you don't want them, and that can cause bullets to fly erratically. Now, I've heard a lot of basically from X-Ring. He said that he's had friends where he's, you know, their rifles, he's noticed that the accuracy has gone way down, and his first remark to most of them is, have you cleaned all the copper out of it yet? So basically, this is a good indication of what he's saying is correct, because it says it causes dents and grooves. So when you have a bullet that's running around, it's, you know, it's bumping into dents and grooves as it's going down the rifling of the barrel, more than likely it's going to change your impact. Let's see. So he conditions that barrel with simple procedure that's pretty standard among break-in advocates. Do a quick clean after every shot for 10 shots, then after every 2 shots for another 20. See how now we have a 2? Remember earlier I was talking about a 3? So this is kind of the reason for this video, is just to say, I don't know if there's really the perfect way to do it. And at the end of the day, all these guys are probably close to right. So I'll get back to this. 2 shots after another 20 shots. We gave the barrel a few minutes between shots to cool down before cleaning, and cleaning was by no means complex. After each shot, Lesmeister injects a bit of Hoppy's bore solvent down the muzzle. He usually keeps a syringe handy for the job, then runs a caliber appropriate bore snake down the barrel 1 time. We monitored my group and adjusted sights on the rifle as we completed the process. After those 20 shots, most barrel break-in advocates seem to agree that the firearm is ready to go and requires only standard maintenance and cleaning going forward. We rattled through another 50 rounds, then gave the rifle a thorough cleaning back at Lesmeister's shop, checking it with an inspection light. The barrel looked gleamingly perfect. Though I had purchased 500 rounds of cheaper ammunition for punching paper with the .223, I bought 50 higher quality bullets for breaking in the rifle and sighting in. Even my general target ammo doesn't qualify as discount. But I wanted quality stuff for consistent uniform shooting during its first trip to the range. So, again, it's kind of like every time you talk to somebody new. Let's see if we go here. We'll go to gohunt.com. Let's see what they're talking about. Let me go here real quick, see if you guys have any comments. We got Chico Wise. What's up, Chico? Jared Pierce. Let's see. I could be wrong, but would it be dependent on twist rate? Interesting. Good question. On my precision rifles, I shoot 3 rounds and run a clean patch. I do that 5 times and let the barrel cool between. On my AR-15, they get 200 rounds. I run a patch every 10. I only run chrome lined on them. Okay, good info. See, now you got a 3 rounds. Basically do that 5 times for a total of 9 shots, and then sounds like he's doing basically doing that. And then 200 rounds, he's calling it his break-in. That's what old man taught me to do when I was young. See, and a lot of that is what I'm talking about. Back in the day, and it may be the same now, but I believe that because the machining is better, it's getting those micro burrs out of that barrel a little bit tighter than a machine did, say, 80 years ago. I don't know if that could be a reason. Daniel God is my judge has shown up, and he says, break it in. That's what the old man taught me. Okay, so let me get back to this. let's see what he has to say or she has to say. We are at gohunt.com. Let's face it, getting a new rifle doesn't happen very often, so when you finally decide on a rifle and caliber of your choice, a few simple steps should be taken to ensure you and your rifle will have many great years together. Some people might say you don't need to break in a new rifle barrel, and others will say it's a must-do procedure. My opinion personally, I'm not reading now, my opinion is, yeah, you want to break the barrel. My opinion, it can't hurt to break in a new barrel. I'm also reminded of a quote from Colin Townsend, Whelan, only accurate rifles are interesting. That furthers my drive to ensure I do what I can do, have a repeatable rifle. I've read a lot of things on the subject, mostly during random years when I decided to pick up a new gun. All right, where the hell is it at here? We're getting close. And it seems most people will agree that rifle break-in period is a good thing. Each time you do this, understand that this isn't a hurry up and shoot several rounds and call it good. If I'm breaking in a new rifle barrel, I like to get to the shooting area very early in the morning and prepare for at least 25 to 30 shots and possibly 5 hours of your time. So he's saying a break in around 30 to 50 rounds of ammo, comfortable shooting area, clean equipment. Basically, the process of breaking in a new barrel is essentially just conditioning the barrel to smooth everything out. Remove small burrs. Some barrel materials may take more rounds. Others might need much at all. Keep in mind that you don't want to burn your barrel up in the process. Rifle barrels don't last forever. So like I mentioned at the end of this article, if your rifle shoots great using half the steps, then call it good. You don't need a thorough deep clean here, but you can follow a simple process. Yeah, you're going to see a lot of people talk about hoppy solvents. I'm a big fan of that. Been using that ever since I was a kid, and it's always worked well. It's always easy to find, everything like that, so that's always a plus. So his process, he didn't really say it here, but it sounds like he's going to do it down here more. Repeat steps 1 for the first 10 shots through your barrel. Then process will take you a while because you're cleaning your rifle between each shot. Also, cleaning your rifle between each shot allows your barrel to cool down. Depending on the size of your barrel, the cooling time may vary. I like to wait at least 5 to 10 minutes, but sometimes I will wait a full 20 minutes for a true cold bore shot. A true cold bore shot isn't really needed in this stage. Next shot, shoot a 3-round group and then clean your barrel. So that's it's basically what we talked about. One of you guys was saying the same thing out there. I'll have to go back and see who it was. I think it was 308. You will do this step for a total of 15 rounds. So you will repeat the 3 shots and clean for a total of 5 sessions. Now you can shoot 3 rounds to test for accuracy if you want, or call it a day. From here on out, your rifle is now ready to handle anything you throw at it. So there is somebody that's basically running the same thing, same ideas, but they're doing around 50 rounds max. And let me jump back over here. Let's see right here. Oh, we got more viewers. Appreciate you guys showing up. What are your guys' thoughts on this? What is, I know some of you guys have commented, which is awesome. Let me try to find the, there you guys are. All right, so let me scroll back up a little bit. Say hi to everybody. Regulator 308, Chico Wise, Daniel God is my judge, Tattoo Dragon, just shooting full semi-auto. And so we got it. Let's see. Daniel God is my judge says, the more anal you are about, the better. Seasons of steel. Yeah, and you know what? How he talked about actually whatever the material was made of, depending on what type of steel it was, I could see how you may or may not need to run more rounds through it because there is different hardnesses of steel. Oh, and you got Mr. Tommy Boy 9 there. He says I'm here. So I appreciate you showing up. But that makes a good argument as well. Is it may depend on what the barrel steel is made out of. A word from my wishful sponsor. So what are your guys' processes? Do you do the same thing? One clean for 3, and then shoot 3, clean, shoot 3, clean, shoot 3, clean, for a total of 15, then run 5 all the way to 50. 5 clean, blah, 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 to 50. I've heard a lot. I've heard hundreds of different, not hundreds, but I've heard a huge handful of different ideas. I'm the only live chat not talking about Florence. Yeah, you know what? It's going to show up. It's going to do whatever it's going to do, and then it's going to go away, and we'll just have to deal with whatever. So we got water. We got all the stuff we'd ever need. I guess that's lucky to be a prepper of some sort. So let's see. So other than that, yeah, we're just waiting for the storm. I'm actually having to fly back to work, so my family will be toughening out the storm without me if my plane doesn't get canceled tomorrow. We shall see. And the farm chat is going nuts. Let's see. HRM Weapons Machinist. I've been out in 50-mile-an-hour gust and rain. So far in my area, it's good. Yeah, right now we're towards the mountains. We're in Henderson County, which is, up against the mountains of North Carolina. And we got sun, we got nice blue skies, and all that's going to change pretty soon. But right now we're doing good. See, it's all your fault, Tommy Boy 9. Now we're talking about we're talking about Florence hurricane. See, it's your fault. You wanted to get away from the hurricane talk, and now we're talking about the hurricane talk. So we'll get back on it. What do you guys do for breaking in a barrel? Hey, 357, we got Southern Style 357. Some of the new hardening processes for barrels make the steel so hard, if the barrel is not right before the process, it's too late. Breaking in one of these barrels does nothing. Good to know. So shooting it, cleaning it, trying to get all the burrs out of it. The steel's so tough is what 357 is saying, that basically you're wasting your time. So whatever accuracy you're going to get. I would say, though, with heat, with the bullets going through there, running some cleaner down with some brushes, that kind of stuff, you would think it would do something at least. Mr. Tommy Boy 9's laughing because he knows that, yes, he screwed up and we started talking about Florence. How many of you guys are going to be impacted by this storm? Do we have any locals out there that are living in the Crackalackies or Virginia? There's Pop's Quest. He's going to be right in the heart of that storm here coming up soon. No, not a Jack Daniels barrel, buddy. Talking about breaking in. That would be fun, though. I've broken a few of those types of barrels with you before. Tattooed Dragon 8 says, do you break in AR-15s? You break in everything. At least I do. At least everybody that I know does. Any barrel and every barrel. And it's not a long drawn out process, but at the end of the day, you're hoping, like that this gun here. When I picked this up, it's been a while now, at least 6 years, 5 or 6 years ago. This is the Tactical Solutions 22. It's the X-Ring 22. This is supposed to be a very, very accurate rifle. It was a lot more expensive than a Ruger 1022. It's basically on the setup, style wise, bolt wise, everything is designed around the 1022, except Tactical Solutions kind of tunes up everything. And this was for accuracy, so I spent the time and energy into making sure that I did it correctly, if there is a correctly, right, as we're talking. I'll make a video for you. Say hi. Say hi to Flo. Yeah, I'll be gone, brother. So I wanted to make sure that I did, at least do my best, put my best foot forward trying to make this thing accurate. So I did go through the process. I don't remember which one I did. About usually, like most of what we talked about earlier in the chat, shoot one, clean it, shoot one, clean it. And then probably about 20 rounds or so, especially with the rimfire. I'm calling it good. I'm not going to sit there for 100 rounds. I don't think after 35, 50 rounds, it's changing anything. I could be totally wrong. I am not an expert, but I'm saying you'll see the accuracy kind of come together. And I think after that, you're golden. You got John Rambo out there. Most of the flow turned away from Virginia. Yeah, that's right. It kind of headed back down south, almost towards Georgia now. I haven't been paying attention because whether it's a category 4, 5, 19, 50, it doesn't matter. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, I feel we're high enough in the mountains that there's a lot of low spots. And, and I think the last thing I saw, it said we were going to get like 5 or 6 inches of rain or whatever the case. Well, shit, we have that just on a normal freaking summer day around here. It rains more in the summer than it does in the winter around here. We'll get 5 inches of rain, and the next morning you won't even know it rained. So I'm not really worried about it. If it gets windy, then I'm worried because now we're going to start snapping a bunch of trees. I mean, I got a bunch of woods on my property, and that can impact us. That can close down our driveway, which has happened 2 or 3 times now. But yeah, Pop's saying 105 winds, but it should slow down, especially by the time it gets to us. A lot of that punch, I think, is going to be knocked out of it. And so, but yeah, who was it that asked? I think Tattooed Dragon. Yeah, Tattooed Dragon. So I would say yes, for sure. Who knows the Rockwell hardness on a rifle barrel? I do not. Now we got Angelo. I'm going to say this wrong. I'm sorry, buddy. I won't even say it. How's that? I won't butcher your last name. Appreciate you showing up. I marinated the barrel with marinara sauce for 3 to 5 hours. Breaks in really good. I tell you what, tomato-based, barrel cleaning stuff with all that acid in there probably does something. Let's see. It really depends on the barrel you got. There you go. Yeah, and that's another thing too. You got a top quality manufacturer name versus, something that's lower quality. Maybe you got a bargain deal on it. Maybe it was a dent and ding. Maybe you're just trying to piece together, a very inexpensive AR or whatever the case is. There's probably a lot more, little micro burrs inside that barrel than say something that's made by, proof or something. So I could see that. That's a good answer. That's a great answer. Southern Style 357. We got Daniel got as my judge. He says I'll go out and shoot my 300 blackout at 100 yards with a 1X aim point that I broke in this way and post it. Clean every shot for the first 10, 3 shots for 9 shots. Then after I shoot for the day. See, that's kind of where I'm at. I might do one more string, 5 and 5, and then call it done. Pop's Quest, I'll make a video for you to say hi to Flo. Yeah, Flo can stay over there. I don't need old Flo to come over here. Where did you decide to go, Pops? The farm or the shop? Staying here at home for now. Yeah, I mean, it went from a 4 to a 3. Or was it a 3 to a 2? So it's definitely, they have downgraded it. Last I saw, I don't know what it's at now, but for the most part, I'm not even worrying about it. I think my biggest problem is going to be getting on an airplane. Let's see, you got HRN Weapons says I'm experiencing northern bands. Hurricanes aren't shit, really. Smoking a Boston butt. I bought a new smoker that was attached to my barbecue, and finally got to smoke some meat, which is cool. I got it almost all the way cooked. I left it a little bit for tonight because it's for tonight. This was yesterday I did it, so thing worked really well, and I'm pretty excited about it. It is the char griller. The char griller. It's got the gas one, the basically briquettes, and then down below it's got the smoker. So I'm pretty excited about that. That was pretty cool. First time of doing that. Most of Florida turned away. Oh, most of Flo turned away from Virginia. All right, John Rambo. They're saying there may be tornadoes too. I know there's 2 or 3 other storms behind Florence. I think one, they're not all directed at the same spot, but they are out there doing their little magic, getting bigger or whatever the hell they're doing. Tornadoes, that ought to be interesting. Haven't been in a tornado yet, so that'd be kind of different. Rambo says he built a 300 blackout upper, but haven't got to test it yet. So how you breaking in your barrels, John Rambo? Let's see. I know that one build you did with the wood furniture. That is a good-looking rifle. I know I can't remember what hunting caliber it was, but it's a good-looking rifle. Let's see. HRM says Hugo was bad down there, but it was on TV. Jared, 300 blackout is a reloader's dream. Let's see. Daniel needs to build a 5.56 upper for it now. Went and bought 2 cases of beer today. A prepper has to be prepared. That's right. Hopefully you got some hard alcohol in case something really happens. Let's see. John Rambo, 6.8. There you go. Yeah, that's a good-looking gun. There's a live stream on here broadcasting 35 miles offshore near Wilmington, North Cracky, Frying Pan Shoals Tower, old Coast Guard observation tower turned into a private resort. Huh. Yeah, we'll see how hard that thing hits. It's going to be, they went from saying it's going to be one of the biggest ones that's hit landfall in, 80 years or whatever. But at least people got enough warning. If you needed to get the hell out, most people got the heck out. And it's kind of cool that the news is able to give us a heads up. It's not like, an earthquake when all of a sudden it just happens. It happens with no warning. So hopefully people are going to be safe. Here we go with this whole Florence chat again. But they've definitely had time. Hopefully they don't lose any lives. People do a lot of stupid shit. They'll stay home and then they want to drive around and try to see what the town looks like or whatever, and they end up basically drowning because their car got swept off the road by some stream, or it doesn't even have to be a stream. A normal road was a road at one time, turned into a river, and now all of a sudden they're floating down in their car and can't get rescued, and they basically perish. So a lot of dumb stuff happens. Kids, especially, kids will be playing in the little waterways there. We see a lot of that, like when we have storms in California. All the kids will go in those normal dry, what the hell are those things called? Especially in the big cities where everything's concrete, so there's nowhere for the water to soak in. Why can I not think of what the heck that's called? It's called just, the wash areas, basically. But they'll be in there having fun on their little boogie board stuff, which is completely nasty to me. I mean, that it's picking up all sorts of shit that's on the road. Spit, poop, pee, oil. I mean, everything you wouldn't want your kid to play in, and these kids are out there just splashing around, having the time of their life. Let's see. There might be some good deals on property in a couple of weeks. Yeah, there could be. You're like, well, my property was 1 acre, but after the storm now it's only half an acre. The other half's down at my neighbor's house, about 1.5 miles, a mile and a half down. He says you can come pick up, you know, a scoop shovel and bring it back if you want. McCormick, South Carolina, 2.5 earthquake. I didn't feel any of that stuff. Yeah, I usually don't. I'll be in California working, and we'll get these little tones that go off saying there was an earthquake, and we're supposed to roll open our apparatus bay doors and take all our equipment out and stuff. And I don't know if it's because it happens so much, but it's like, did you even feel that? I didn't feel shit. Let's see. Tommy Boy 9 says, now if China could come behind this storm and attack us, well, we're vulnerable. Yeah. Shooting with Uncle Dan. We are hot. Hey, that tannerite on those shoes didn't do shit. You should have caught him on fire afterwards there, Mr. Uncle Dan. There was not enough chaos and kablooming. I did see you had shot it again, but you didn't videotape it. But I really think you should have made sure those things were never going to turn into shoes again. Just my thoughts. Please, China. Old John Rambo's ready for some action. Let's see. I'm waiting to see you shooting the CZ. Yeah, so you had Big Johnson, you had Uncle Dan, and Uncle Don, and somebody else. I can't remember who the hell. I've never seen their channel before, and I don't even know if they have a channel. I think it was a gun store or something. They were out having fun, which is kind of cool. Every time you can get some YouTubers together, you know, that's one thing Pop's Quest has been lucky enough to do, and we've been lucky enough to go, is, you know, to meet up and meet YouTubers, which is always nice. But I don't think the YouTube community does that enough, so that's cool to hear those guys all met up. I'm saying Josh. I don't know who that is. Or maybe he has a channel and I don't remember. There is no new news on Trump since Florence took over. Oh, American Resistance Gear. They have a channel. Okay, so I need to get on board. I haven't seen that channel yet. I'll have to check that out. I thought it was just, it sounded like a store, so I just thought it was a store and not a YouTube channel. That's the name of the channel, is Josh. I guess I should have paid attention to the video a little better. Weapons Machinist says, I've had Grundens, Hercules, oil skin nearly all day. I love this weather. But that's my, oh my gosh, X-Ring's calling me. I'm going to tell him can't talk. I'm on a chat talking about stuff. Tell you what, it's fun. It's definitely fun learning. I like learning. Love shooting. Answer live. Chico Wise. Walter Miner. How you doing, buddy? Let's see. Let's go back here, see if you guys got any questions. Uncle Dan, I know you will now. Let's see. Shooting with Uncle Dan. They are an AR-9 company. I just got an AR-9 from Coda Boy. he sent me this, or he sent me this lower. He gave me this lower at the farm. This is Palmetto. Mags takes Glock mags. I just got to work on getting an upper for it now. This is I think the Gen 1. It's nice though. It's got a, you know, the mag release. Everything's set up as an AR, so that's cool. I just need to get a stock for it and an upper, and then we'll be in business. I got plenty of Glock mags for it. Fact is, I just got to have a happy stick right here. And then I got a bunch of competition 15 plus 5s. But yeah, kind of waiting. Oh, here's this one too. This is the, what was it, ETS. Let's see. Shoot with an annex ring. Tell him you are on a chat talking about breaking in barrels and you found out he has been doing it wrong. I had a long conversation with him on the way home from yesterday. I had read that comment. I guess I can see it on here. I won't blast who the guy is, but you guys can always go back and see. And he didn't say anything like we did something wrong, I don't think. Let me see. Let's see what his answer was. This is the reason for this video. This is how this shit all started. Hit the wrong button. All right, so let me go to my channel. Let's find this guy. Could be a girl, I guess. I don't know for sure. Yeah, it was on here. It was, the comment was at the 1,000-yard range. All right, let me pause this damn thing. His comment was, okay, here it goes. And this is a familiar name. I mean, he could, no, he's not out there right now, I don't think. Jamie, how's it going? Thanks for showing up. Okay, so his thing was first 9 rounds, 3 shots and clean. See, and this is a little different from the 1 clean, 1 clean, 1 clean. Gives you 3. And then from there, the 3 clean, 3 clean, 3 clean. So I'll read his answer. Or not, it wasn't even, I didn't ask the question. He just commented. First 9 rounds. So that's first 9 rounds, 3 shots and clean. So he's saying shoot 3, clean, shoot 3, clean, shoot 3, clean. Next 90 rounds, clean every 10 rounds. Then you've built up a good copper equilibrium. See, and this is what I was talking about with the buildup. Well, here, let me read his whole answer. Then you've built a good copper equilibrium buildup in your barrel. Also, no harsh cleaners ever. That's like deleting your copper buildup. You're broken after about 100 rounds. So a lot of that, I mean, I've heard very similar ways of doing that. Now I replied, damn it. I replied, come on. You'd swear this thumb's huge. I'm hitting every damn wrong button I ever could. Okay, discard. Okay, I go, where did you get this information? And some manufacturers recommend no break-in. And then his answer was, one of my best friends that I served in the Army with, he's a former Army scout / sniper, and he knows his stuff. And then I put, I guess that he was probably in, this is me answering that. I guess that he probably was in late 80s. I have seen / heard the process change over the years. What I have been told is accuracy goes down when you have copper fouling. Usually when a barrel starts losing accuracy is from copper. Decoppering a barrel can bring accuracy back, break-in of a barrel will depend on company. 3 and clean, 3 and clean, and 3 and clean is probably all you need. And then he said we both got out in the early 2000s. That's why I said copper equilibrium. Do you need to keep cleaning it? But you always want to keep a good balance of copper. This does vary according to the barrel. For instance, in my Savage 110 BAA 338 Lapua, I'll clean out every 10 shots now. Again, a less evasive cleaner. You don't want to completely strip it. Then you have to rebuild the copper and it'll hurt your accuracy. But yes, barrels vary. There's many other aspects to consider also. Climate, etc. all affects accuracy. Then you get into other variables that affect accuracy like wind, altitude, temperature, again, barrel heat, etc. especially for long-range shooting. But if you completely clean out your barrel, then you're doing yourself a disservice and you'll hurt your overall accuracy. Consistent cleaning from a non-evasive cleaner about every 10 rounds is fine. So that's the reason for this video. What are your guys' thoughts on that? And I understand what he's saying. He's basically saying, you know, a very fine copper, you know, is filling in all those little micro, you know, tiny microscopic little crevices. And you're basically making a, you know, a very smooth rifling barrel, but it's hard to figure out where that is. Let's see what you guys are saying again. The brain of this outfit is your 6 covered, Daniel says. I'm just here to learn, man. Let's see, Chico Wise JH586. I'm off in 20 minutes. Jamie says, cool. Still got almost an hour. Breaking in barrel. Shot 20 rounds. Clean, repeat. Repeat again unless the barrel comes with instructions. Okay, good answer. I'm not a barrel cleaner. Uncle Dan says, just shoot some more and shoot more and repeat. There you go. See, and there's that way to do it. A lapping process is usually sufficient. Chico Y says, did you reply by asking him was his 6 covered? No, I did not. Let's see. 357. Don't you want your lands and grooves to grip the bullet and not be full of copper? See, and that's why the people are, you know, the guy that I'm learning from, he's like, he doesn't want any copper in there. I mean, 0. And he shoots phenomenal. So whatever's working for him will be whatever works for me. Because if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Let's see. Insight Freedom, how you doing, buddy? We got Ruck. That's what. Let's see. Shooting on sounds reasonable to me. Let's see. A carbide slug is used with grinding fluid. Tell me what 9 sounds like a plan. Let's see. You got to be careful with them crevices. Crevices. Yeah, it'll take your house, your home. God, farm chat, shut up. Let's see. Just smoke some crack and shoot it like a gangster, Daniel says. I use a grinding slug with carbide liquid. Carbide slug with grinding liquid. I'm not smart enough. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Is your 6 clean? Is your 6 lubed? Whoa. I just cleaned, oh, got Robin Jones out there. I just cleaned all the lead out of my pistols. Good job. All right. And since Robin is taking the lead, she went from freaking, she's kicking your guys' ass, by the way. Well, most of you guys on here right now, a lot of you don't even have 1 point yet. Robin Jones is at 3 points. She's been the last one, and she's gotten 3 points. She's been like, I called her a slowpoke when it comes to like answering, being the first one to comment the secret code, whatever you want to call it, and she is kicking your guys' ass as we speak. Inside Freedom, he's there. He has 2 points. Who else is out there that has points? Is Razor JB out there? Nope. Let's think. Yeah, let's look at Robin Jones says, yeah. Yeah, I called her a slowpoke because she didn't have any points, and now she's kicking some booty. So she's close to getting a prize from Isyour6covered. So that's cool. If you guys are interested, you want to get on this. This does not end until I get tired of doing it. So say Robin wins the first one. If you have 4 points, you still have 4 points. You don't have to start over. And then you only need 2 more. So you're ahead of the guy that has 0. So you guys got to keep up on this shit, but you got to be quick. You got to have the bell clicked, notified when a video comes out, because you got to find the secret code word and then be the first to comment. If you're the second to comment, you were almost fast enough. And if you're the first, the third through the 20th, you're just slow. I don't know what to tell you. Chico Wise almost had a point the other day. He was, I think he was 8 seconds behind, I think Robin Jones actually. And what's crazy is when I put that up, I have to sit here and like scroll through this, because if 2 people answer, if it's within the minute, I'll see like the 57 seconds and the 48 seconds, like 10-second difference. But if I wait longer than that, then both people have 1 minute. So I have to really pay attention. So I usually click, I'll screenshot it in case you guys complain and bitch. But at the end of the day, whoever wins is whoever was the fastest. I got no reason to care who wins. I'm just glad you guys are, subscribed and all that good stuff. Let's see. All right, so it looks like it's getting windy at Machinist. The gusts are steady, 50 miles an hour now. I'm looking out the window, scratching my nuts. Walter Miner, clean and lube guns work. Yep, cleaning and lube guns work. New barrel, shoot zone, clean, run the gun, maintain gun. Yeah, a lot of people are like, yeah, I got this Glock. I mean, I'm a big Glock fan, big whatever. But it's like, yeah, I've shot 5,000 rounds and I haven't cleaned this thing. I'm like, well, unless you're doing a video on how many rounds it takes to like make a Glock not work anymore, like what the hell's the point? Clean the damn thing. That way when you go to use it, it'll work. If you ain't first, you're last, Chico Wise says. That is true. Insight Freedom's complaining about his phone not being fast enough. And these ones like this, when I come up with that magic word, whatever it may be, you got to wait for it to process or whatever that YouTube processing time takes. So these ones kind of suck when you have a code word on a chat. 357. Hint: don't watch the video. Just skip to the end. That's not true. You know why? Because the code word is right now. I'm going to tell you right now. But I'm going to tell you this. There's going to be 2 code words, and I'm going to pick one of them at the end. No, I can't do that. All right, so the code word is, let's see what sounds good. Dun, 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 dun. Here it is. Here's the code word. I'm looking at it right now, and here it goes. Now, remember, you can't comment right here because when the video goes off live, you have to start over. Here we go. How about glass cleaner? Glass cleaner. That's going to be the code word. All right. What do we win? Shooting with Uncle Dan. If you win, you get a big bucket of nuts. No, I'm just kidding. It all depends. It depends what I'm willing to give away. If I know like one of my subscribers, whatever you want to call them, viewers, you know, is huge into something, and I may have something around that that person may enjoy that I don't need anymore, I may send that. If it's somebody I don't really know, like there's a person on here that beat you guys out that I've never heard of before. I don't know that person well enough, so like I wouldn't know what they'd want. And it's not going to be crazy because I'm going to keep giving the stuff out every time somebody hits 6 points. So it's going to be, you know, it's probably going to be a sticker and some type of something. You know, for, you know, Uncle Dan, you may win one day if you even get 1 point, which doesn't look like you even have the magic talent to do because right now you're not on the list. But I may send you some golf balls. Whatever I want to do. Whatever the hell I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I may send Uncle Dan a tape of me singing just to annoy the hell out of him, like, and playing guitar. Like you guys would not want to win that. But see, if it was Uncle Dan, I may just send him me playing a guitar and singing a song of some sort. Because I like Uncle Dan. I might just harass him just to harass him. So I can't tell you what I'm going to send because I don't know. It's all going to depend on who you are and how much I like you. Walter says, heck, I clean guns I don't even shoot every 3 months. Yep, I hear you on that one. Let's see. He says, Uncle Dan says, I like free Glocks. So how was your shooting a CZ there, Uncle Dan? Send me some Slim Jims. There you go. That'd be kind of fun. Break into a Slim Jim. CZ Glock. Let's see. Uncle Dan is cool. He is cool. One of these days I'm going to go out there and shoot some of his hogs on his property. That might keep the hogs out of the pasture. Yep. He's going to send Dan some new shoes. Yeah, I'll send you some new golf shoes. Maybe I'll send you some flip-flops with some nails or some screws, you know, through the bottom of them, so you can call them Texas golf shoes. You didn't shoot one of Big Johnson's CZs while you're out there? I almost got to call bullshit on that. But I believe what you say, so that's weird. All right. Any other thoughts on the whole barrel thing? Because we are gonna wrap it up. We are gonna wrap it up. I appreciate you guys showing up. And do you guys remember what the code word was? Because some of you guys will probably forget by now. Bull Uncle Dan, your next gun is a CZ. See? You definitely you guys, if you're interested in winning, I'll do this for you. If you do a VR talking about my little YouTube giveaway, I'll give you 2 points. I'll give you 2 points so you can get people interested and give you guys that are not ninja quick to get on this list here, so you can get a chance. I try to do it every video. Sometimes I forget. Shooting with Uncle Dan remembered. But if you do a VR, there's a video that talks about all the rules. It's probably like, I don't know, 10 videos back, but it talks about this little project I'm working on to see if I can get more of you guys to hang out and comment and stuff, because we were getting people that were, you know, putting in first, and I appreciate, you know, someone that comments first, because, you know, the more than likely have the bell going and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, I was like, what's a way to, you know, say thanks to these great men and women that are watching my silliness. So I said, you know what, after they get 6 points, originally I said 5, and someone said you should do 6, so can't remember who that was, but I thought that was a good idea. I'm like, well, I'll just send them something, just basically saying thanks. So what's the password, Rick? I fell asleep. I don't know, Daniel. I don't know, Daniel. You have to figure it out. But with that said, I appreciate you guys watching. It was great commenting with you guys. I always appreciate when you show up, and I do really appreciate you guys. So if you're willing to do a VR, you'll get 2 points, and that'll bring you back up into the top here, because some of you guys are slow on the go. So, you know, shooting with Uncle Dan, that is not the password. There you go. Yes, it is. It was Chico Wise that suggested I say 6 instead of 5. Chico Wise, thank you, sir. But I hope to see you. Hope to see some VRs. I am getting closer to what do I got right now? I'm almost to 3,500, I think. I figured instead of doing a giveaway, why don't I just do some micro giveaways? I am 3422. So the next thing I'm trying to do is break 3,500 subs. So that's the reason I'm doing all this crap. Someday when I become a big YouTube star, you're gonna go, I remember that guy when he was at 1,000 subscribers. And I'm gonna be like, I remember when you were my subscriber at 1,000 subscribers. Man, I appreciate it all. All right. Bye all. Let's go act like we're working. Exactly. All right, you guys can all get out of the crapper now. Oh, look at X-Ring. He's sorry guys, lost internet. Yeah, X-Ring's got the worst internet at his house. I mean, it's bad. There's 2 squirrels with a couple wires and an antenna, and they climb up in the tree, and there's one squirrel holding this piece of aluminum, and then Ray's like pointing the other way, so the squirrels, it just doesn't work for shit. Yeah, old X-Ring, he got bored because he's out here wondering how things are going. Let's see. So you guys stay safe. If you're in the way of that hurricane, be careful. Thoughts and prayers. And we'll see you guys on the next one. And remember, the code word is, I'm not going to say it because I said it earlier, because this is the end of the video where some of you guys show up to get the code word. See ya.